Welcome, everybody. This is the Six for Sixers podcast. I am your host, your brother, Creek, fellow Sixer fan. And what a big win by the Sixers tonight. Play the song, everybody. Clap your hands for Philadelphia 76ers. Stomp your feet for Philadelphia 76ers. Here they come. They came tonight and they showed out and they went off on the New York Knicks. Defeated the Knicks pretty handily, 125 to 114. Great game by the Sixers overall. And we're gonna break that down. The Six for Six podcast. What we do is we break down the six most important keys to victory. And sometimes we go into overtime. Tonight we will not be going to overtime because I just got done doing another live and I'm doing this one recording for the YouTube page, breaking down the game. But let's look at the game. Very highly intense game, contentious. The Knicks were trying to drive the nail in the coffin. The Knicks were up 2-0. And the second game ended in great controversy. Great controversy in that it appeared that Tyrese Maxey got fouled on the last play. It also appeared that Nick Nurse called timeout at two separate occasions and was not granted a timeout. And that pretty much probably could have gotten us a victory in New York. And maybe we should be up 2-1 now. But hindsight, can't go back. Now we're down 2-1. So the Knicks were coming in really aggressive, trying to basically put us out. So we did not allow them to put us out. Very good job by the team. And um, let's look at it. Um, First point, Joel Embiid, the big fella, the process, the MVP. I don't care about 65 games and the NBA rules. He is the most dominant player in the NBA right now. He is coming off of a meniscus surgical repair, only 8 weeks recovery. He has been back for roughly 2 or 3 weeks, and he scored 50 points tonight. And he's still not 100%. He did that in 41 minutes. He appears to be back, not 100%. Still doesn't have the lift. Still is a little bit tentative going to the basket. Doesn't to me have his body under control, and which is why he picked up three quick fouls in the first half. However, he is does not look gassed in the fourth quarter. He looks like he has some of his mobility there. And particularly in the fourth quarter, his ability to shoot did not wane because his legs were still under him. So his conditioning is coming back. And that is the worst nightmare for the Knicks to have Joel Embiid even close to 100%, probably looking like he's like 75%. But at 75%, the man can still score 50 points, 8 rebounds, 4 assists. Great game by Embiid, the MVP, showing what he can do. And the other thing about Embiid is that he gets knocked a lot for people saying he doesn't have whatever they think he should have, playoff metal, the heart, the the heart of a lion, or that warrior spirit, that champion spirit inside of him. And tonight, this was a clutch game, and he did not give up. And we have seen in past seasons where Embiid looked like he was lethargic, not necessarily into the game. He didn't look like that tonight. He looked like he was well in tune, focused, and we got to stop this narrative that this guy is not mentally tough, because he's showing everything playing through injury and playing well through injury. 41 minutes tonight. He and Maxey had the same amount of minutes, and he went the distance. So great game. Point number one goes to Joel Embiid. Point number two, I'm going with Cam Payne, because Campaign was that spark off the bench. Buddy Hield was just not working out. I think that Buddy Hield's minutes will be greatly reduced. He only had four tonight. And I don't think he should have any. I think he should be benched at this point. Give those minutes to Campaign. Campaign came in the game and started firing. He started going off, shooting three-pointers from all angles. Thing about Campaign that I like is that he is not afraid of the moment. I don't think he's a better shooter than Buddy Hield on a normal game, but Buddy Hield, this is Buddy Hield's first playoff series, and the intensity is greater, and the lights are a lot brighter, and the crowd is just going bananas, crazy. It's playoff basketball. Campaign had a deep run with the Phoenix Suns, in which he was a key member of that team as a role player. So he's not afraid of that moment. He proved that tonight. He came in the game and he just started blazing. And not only just making the shots, he was in the crowd and he was drawn to the crowd like he was very confident in his ability to make a difference. So Campaign is point number two. Great game by Campaign, being that spark off the bench. Uh, 11 points in only 16 minutes on 4 for 7 shooting. I look forward to seeing him in game four in a much greater role to take all of Buddy Hield's minutes. We can't have Buddy Hield on the floor if he's not going to score. And tonight he did not score. I think in this series total, he has 2 or 3 points total. So that means he's probably averaging like one or 1 point a game, basically. And you can't have a guy averaging 1 point a game. It becomes a liability because also Buddy Hield's not a great defender. So I think that we've seen the last of Buddy Hield as a Sixer because I don't know if he can't play well in the playoffs if they would even think about re-signing him. But we'll see. We're getting ahead of ourselves. Kyle, uh, Campaign, great game. Point number two. Point number three, Kyle Lowry, the wily veteran, the homeboy from Philadelphia, coming back home and just playing great mental basketball, heads up, knows where he's supposed to be, does not get rattled. Again, championship medal, won a championship with the Toronto Raptors, is not afraid of a first round playoff series. That's nothing to him. He's gone to the big game and won it with him and Kawhi Leonard. So Kyle Lowry is to me like that veteran presence, along with Batum, Lowry and Batum, that veteran presence where those guys do not waver. They don't crack. They keep their head about themselves. They make the right play and they make the right shot when they need to. Lowry was 3 for 5 on field goals, 9 points. Not a great amount of points, but just a really heads up player, man. And even at one point in the game, he took a very critical charge at a key moment. And he just as a great basketball mind makes the right plays. So that is my point number three, Kyle Lowry. Point number four, I'm giving to Tyrese Maxey, one half of the Meat brothers. Maxey scored 25 points. He wasn't great in the first half. Matter of fact, he was really need to pick it up, and he did pick it up in the second half. And but this is what I'm gonna say about Maxey. Maxey is showing leadership acumen. He's really developing as a leader. And I think in this game, Embiid deferred to Maxey a lot. He was looking for Maxey to give him the ball so that he could penetrate, make something happen, or maybe even shoot the three. And he's taking full advantage in that leadership role. I think that it's emerging where we have two legitimate guys who can score 30, 40, even 50 points in a game. And we Sixers would be very scary if they get Maxey back under contract, Embiid 100% healthy next year. Maxey's going to get even better and be a real scary team to have two guys like that that can go off on you at any moment. So great game, Tyrese Maxey. I just want to see him just take control of games from the beginning, though. He came on the right time in the second half. That's point number four. Point number five, I'm gonna it's gonna be not a good point because they can't all be good. There are things to work on, and I think the Sixers really need to work on defense in the next game. And here's why: Jalen Brunson had 39 points. Now, Jalen Brunson is not. I just think Jalen Brunson plays point guard position. I don't want the point guard putting up 39 points. He looked unstoppable. No matter who they put in front of him, he just went right around them. There was no plan for what happens when he goes off the pick or he goes around a guy. There was nobody there to kind of pick him up. So I think that's something for Nick Nurse and the coaching staff to really, really think about for the next game is that we gonna need to intensify the defense a little bit, eliminate a lot of the wide open shots the Knicks got, and eliminate Jalen Brunson should not be scoring 39 points. And we know he's going to get his points. He's an all-star of the Eastern. He represented, in the Eastern Conference in the All-Star game. However, 39, no. 25, okay. We can get that. We can accept that. But 39 is just going off. Also, I think that the Sixers need to bear down on Hartenstein. Hartenstein scoring too many points. I don't think he's a great player. He scored 14 points. Obviously, Josh Hart has had a really good series. And so those are guys we really need to cut down on their points and their opportunities. I think if we do that, we'll have a better shot. But really start with Jalen Brunson went off tonight. So we gotta cut down on what he's allowed to do. Batum was really harassing him at some certain points, but Brunson's good, man. He's not shaking the head. Batum on him this game. They had Oubre on him. They had Harris on him. Maxey was on him, and he just went by those guys like they weren't even there. So defense has improved. That's the point number five. And to me, point number six is well, I'm actually I'll go on the overtime point, but point number six, I'm going to say is rebounding. We still are struggling with getting offensive boards, securing the ball after missed shot by the Knicks. And I think that that's hurting us because the Knicks are getting second chances at the basket, and they've been capitalizing on that. So let's look for a better rebounding effort. That's been pretty much the story about the Sixers the last few months. Actually, it's been rebounding. And because Embiid is not 100%, he was better tonight. But he really doesn't have that lift to go up. So if the ball doesn't come right to him or in his vicinity, he doesn't always get to it right now. We understand that. B-ball Paul got muscled out of some rebounds too. The Knicks suffered a loss with Robinson going down. He's one of their bigger muscle guys, enforcers, so to speak, and he gets a lot of rebounds. He had 7 rebounds before he left the game. He and Hartenstein really do well in the paint for the Knicks, big role players. Hartenstein got into some foul trouble, and that helped us, but we really had to do better on the rebounding, especially keeping the Knicks off of the offensive rebounding board. And then I'm going to go into overtime here, and I'm just going to shout out the Sixers 3-point percentage. I've been saying all season that in order if the Sixers shoot 30% and under from three, that they probably not are not going to win the game. Tonight was 43% from the 3-point line. And let's shout out those who contributed to and that actually I take that back, 48% from the 3-point line. I was looking at the Knicks 3-point percentage, but I knew the Sixers shot better than that. But 48% from the 3-point line is phenomenal. And that was contributed to by Joel Embiid, 5 for 7. And Kelly Oubre 2 for 4, Cam Payne 3 for 4, Nick Batum 1 for 2 at 50%. And even Maxi came close to 40%, to the 50% with 3 for 8. Stellar 3-point shooting. Hopefully we can keep that up. I think we can in the next game because that's not unusual for any of those guys to do that. Maybe Joel Embiid 5 for 7 is pretty high percentage, but the rest of those guys do that on a nightly basis. And hopefully they can keep that up in on Sunday. So those are my 6 for 6ers points. The breakdown of the game. Clap your hands, everybody, for the Philadelphia 76ers. Great win. But let's just enjoy it for now. But then we wake up tomorrow and we realize that on Sunday, we have another must win. We cannot lose on Sunday and go back to New York with their crazy fans who haven't won in decades, and they're so excited to even have a team that they think is contending for even a Eastern Conference run championship. Can't go back there 3-1. So we have to even the series up on Sunday. But I think if we even the series up on Sunday, I can really see us going to New York and winning game 5. I think we can get game 5 in New York. And think about it, the first 2 games in New York were could have gone either way. Honestly, both of them could have gone either way. And the second one should have gone our way. So we are capable of winning in New York. And I think that if we can win on Sunday, I do believe that we can go into New York and get a victory and and um and keep that rolling back to Philly and be Sixers and 6. That's not inconceivable. But we'll see what the Knicks bring. We'll see what kind of adjustments that Tom Thibodeau makes, and we'll see kind of adjustments that Nick Nurse makes. It's going to be a chess match. But clap your hands, everybody, for our Philadelphia 76ers. And this is the 6 for 6ers podcast. Please like, share, subscribe, comment, thumbs up, invite your friends, all of that good stuff so we can get the content rolling. Go Sixers. See you guys on Sunday, 1 o'clock. Enjoy the weekend. Peace.